Nicki Minaj, they could never make me hate you. But you sure could. I think it's time to hang it up, flat screen. I'm over it.
Nicki Minaj, you have officially crossed the line.
I would love to tell you what happened. Nicki Minaj got up on the Turning Point USA platform and basically denounced blacks, browns, and LGBTQ by siding allegiance with this administration. Now, she made in that song, Island gal, Donald Trump want me go home. And she was dissing Donald Trump the earlier part of this year. Now she's saying he handsome and she stand for everything that he stand for, which would be anti-black, brown, and anti-LGBTQ.
That's not what the fans want to see. That's literally what the fans don't want to see. Do you understand?
You know, for a lot of queer fans, Nicki Minaj has never been just a rapper. She's been a lifeline, a reminder that it's okay to be loud, to be sexual, to be unapologetically yourself. But lately, things have gotten complicated. Within the past year, Nicki Minaj has made history. She was the first female rapper to speak at a United Nations panel. She talked about violence and persecution against Christians in Nigeria, but then she publicly thanked Donald Trump for his leadership on the issue. And for a lot of us queer fans, that was really hard to process. Trump isn't just another politician. His policies and rhetoric have consistently put LGBTQ plus people, especially trans people, in vulnerable positions. So even if her message was about human rights, the alignment didn't feel neutral. Then recently she did the Turning Point USA event with Erica Kirk. Nicki defended free thinking, criticized cancel culture, and spoke about resisting political boxes. On the surface, it's easy to say, hey, she's just speaking her truth. But the problem isn't about her speaking, it's where she's speaking and who she's standing with. When your platform is built on love of marginalized communities, your choices carry weight. They shape perception, influence culture, and for those who once saw you as an ally. But let's unpack this and talk more about it.
Hoes.
What's up, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Dante, and I'm back again with another video. Today is Vlogmas Day 22. So as you guys can see by the title, we are talking about Nicki Minaj. Now, anybody who either follows me on Instagram or you just know me as a person in real life, you know I'm a huge Nicki Minaj fan. So what's been going on as of lately? Nicki Minaj is making headline, which is nothing new. She's been doing a lot of political stuff as of recently and speaking openly about politics, and damn near like she's a MAGA now. Like she's been sending her graces and thanks to Donald Trump and his people. She's been affiliated with these people. It's been leaving a nasty taste in a lot of her fans' mouths, but I feel like it's really affecting the queer community, the people that support her for real. When you think of the Barbs, when you look at her fan base, it's overpopulated with queer people, whether it's lesbians, whether it's trans, whether it's, gay people. Like it's a lot of queer people who support her. So to see this is crazy. Now, me personally, when I have first seen her speak out about Nigerians and like the Christians out there that's going through it or whatever the case may be, I thought what she said, it wasn't bad, but I think just her affiliation, her association with Donald Trump and his people, it just didn't really sit right with a lot of people.
Boys, be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. It's nothing wrong with being a boy.
Amen.
How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that. Our president shows that. He's been through every single thing a person could be through publicly, having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny. Until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on, you'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And that's not, and it's just not fair. But this administration is full of people with heart and soul. And they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. Like, I know that they're not, don't you guys agree? They haven't lost touch of the world. You know, they're still connected to the world and what's happening in the world, with the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people. They have the ability to still connect and be real and make us feel proud to be American.
Just to give my personal insight when it comes to all of this, I'm disappointed. As somebody that's been her fan for a very long time, I get what she's trying to do. But me personally, I'm not saying I know the lady personally, but when I was watching everything, her sit downs, it don't feel genuine. It kind of feel like she's pressured to say certain stuff, in my personal opinion. But maybe she may just really feel like this. But either way, it just don't feel right being that it's her doing it, because I've always looked at Nicki Minaj as like an ally for the queer community. So this shit is crazy to witness and it's crazy to see. I'm not surprised though. You'll be surprised on people who use their queer fans as like a transaction. Hopefully I'm making sense. But yeah, people don't really support us for real. People are not our allies for real. And I just feel like if you know like the gay rights when it comes to Donald Trump and like the what he's trying to do for trans rights as well, you wouldn't even affiliate yourself with people like that.
LGBTQ plus rights are under attack in the US, but this year has also seen a record number of queer politicians in office. So how are representatives defending LGBTQ plus rights in their states?
In Maine, we had a situation where a trans kid was doxxed, and we passed a bill this session that makes it illegal to dox minors. So those folks will be held accountable, and we're really proud of that work. We should make sure that no one gets away with bullying kids.
In Arizona, we have a few legislators, mostly on the Senate side, who just are insistent upon putting in bills that are anti-gay. With the Pro-9 bill, the bathroom bill, we are in the minority. So these bills have tended to get through. The governor, fortunately, has vetoed all of these really, really hurtful and disrespectful bills.
Well, we know Florida has been ground zero for anti-LGBTQ proposals, but actually in 2025, we saw a number of anti-LGBTQ proposals were introduced in the Florida legislature. Every single one of them was defeated. They were defeated because the people power communities in Florida came up to the state capitol to speak out against them.
They are filing legislation that is pro-LGBTQ equality and inclusion. We'll continue to do that. We'll continue to hold our colleagues accountable who are just absolutely bent on attacking folks in the LGBTQ community. And we're going to try to elect more people in next year's election who are supportive of equality and inclusion.
While you were all focused on the fact that Trump is trying to turn Washington, D.C. into his own version of Pan Am, including the Hunger Games, the Patriot Games, that we're going to have a 4-day whatever of athleticism with one man and one woman of high school age, right? Here's what else has been happening that is far more dangerous and needs so much more news coverage. Texas just created a whole ass tip line so that you can not just call and report it, you can take pictures of these people and upload it into their system of anybody that you suspect is a trans woman trying to use the women's bathroom. So any more masculine presenting women, we're all going to have pictures and we're going to have people coming into the bathroom. Right. On top of that, RFK is creating an entire team to figure out how to go after all hospitals that are continuing to offer gender affirming care to minors. But yeah, let's focus on those Hunger Games and not the fact that the state of Texas literally just put an even larger target on the back of trans women. And RFK is actively going after medical professionals that are helping. I can't. This is America 2025. Yep.
The Trump administration has just ordered federal auditors to stop enforcing rules that protect LGBTQ plus people, especially trans people, from being SA'd in prison. You just heard me right. The Trump administration said, stop enforcing the rules that protect people from being raped. I have practiced criminal law for almost 30 years. I have been in dozens of county jails and prison facilities. And one of the first things you see when you walk in, and on every wall going forward, are signs saying, SA is not okay. Don't be silent. If you see something, say something, with phone numbers. The reason those are there everywhere, because y'all know those stereotypical stories you hear? They're that for a reason. That happens in prison all the time. I have sat beside people who were being punished for a crime they committed, perhaps a DWI. I have several clients who were there because they were drug addicts and got caught with drugs, and they were essayed in prison. And these weren't even the trans folks or LGBTQ, who are at much higher risk. Prison is for punishment. I get that. You break the rule, okay. But SA is never a form of punishment. It cannot be tolerated. That's why there are so many rules and so many auditors to enforce this. And the Trump administration has just said no. So those who are the most vulnerable, they've now given a green light to SA them in prison. We have lost every shred of humanity we have had as a country. Do not look away and do not stay silent. Because I have sat across from people and I am telling you the trauma they experience, you cannot even imagine. And our LGBTQ population in prisons is the most at risk. And do not mistake these tears for weakness. I am angry and I have only just begun to fight. Go love your neighbor.
Once you start to affiliate yourself with them people, it just we kind of look at you sideways, girl. No shade.
Nicki Minaj, you have officially crossed the line. I am a longtime barb, so before any of the barbs try to come at me and say that I'm a hater of Nicki, I don't like Nicki, I'm literally wearing the merch I got from going from her tour twice. Also a signed CD up there. Now, the only reason why I'm addressing this is because I had a few comments, and also I'm very much so a proud barb. As of the past year, it has been so hard to continue my support to Nicki Minaj because of the way she's supporting the current administration right now. I have saw past, you know, her husband, and I have never condoned that, and I never really liked him. I never supported that at all, and I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. I love Nicki Minaj, so that's something I'm willing to look past. I'm not saying it's a good thing to look past at all. However, I was a hardcore barb. I still am a hardcore barb. I love Nicki down.
But y'all see how much backlash Nicki Minaj receives every single day from her just being married to someone who's allegedly supposed to be I don't know if I can say it on here. But y'all see how people will still ignore that and just still continue to ride for somebody because they genuinely like them. They genuinely love them. So it just goes to show, man, like her affiliating herself with Donald Trump and his people is really making a lot of queer fans of hers feel a way about it. And I see exactly where they're coming from. Let's keep watching.
Her music has helped me so much throughout my teenage coming out era and just like everything. She's helped me so much through her music. And she has empowered me and makes me feel empowered. So to see her support this administration that goes against everything that I am is so disheartening. More so making this video because, again, I'm very much so a barb, and on my online presence, I'm not afraid to tell people that I am and show it, like in my backgrounds or if I'm wearing a Nicki shirt as I'm getting ready. That's why I feel like I need to address it, because I do get comments of people asking me, why do I have Nicki up, or why do I have this, or why do I do that when it comes to Nicki Minaj. And this is me addressing it finally, and I've kept it kind of to myself for the longest time. I have not wanted to do this with Nicki Minaj, but I have to separate the art from the artist, and it sucks. It sucks. It's of what she tweets and all the things that happened this past year. And when I go on to like check in, and like maybe she said like, oh, this was all a joke, or maybe like this is all this and that, it just gets worse. And I feel like she's digging herself in a bigger hole every time situation this past year, and enough is enough. And I'm not saying that I'm not ever going to listen to a Nicki Minaj song ever again, because she's literally in all my playlists. She's my top artist for the past like ever. Nicki Minaj religiously. If you know me in person, I'm always quoting Nicki. I cannot stand and condone everything she has done at this point, and I feel like it just got to a point where I'm just done. I'm wishing her the best. I really wish nothing but the best for Nicki Minaj, because I'm such a huge fan of her, but it's just so disheartening, and I can't support it anymore. I've cut friends, I've cut family off that supported the current administration, and I don't think it's fair for me to not follow suit with her. And yeah, and it sucks to see that she's allowing them to use her and use the barbs to kind of create this agenda around everything, and it sucks. It sucks. This is my message to my followers and the barbs. It's time to make Nicki realize that she is not in the right, and it's time that we do something about it and not just condone her behavior.
Now, believe it or not, y'all, there's still a lot of people who are coming out and saying, hey, like, yes, I'm gay, or yes, I'm trans, but hey, I'm still Team Nicki. Today ain't the day. Okay.
Breaking news, and this is one of those moments where people aren't being dramatic. We're reacting to something that genuinely matters. Nicki Minaj appeared on stage with Erica Kirk at Turning Point USA over the weekend, where she openly praised the Trump administration, repeated anti-trans rhetoric, and aligned herself with a movement who is literally against her fans and who her fans directly feel threatened by. That's why people are upset. This isn't about cancel culture. It's not about you can have opinions. And it's not about Nicki simply just changing her mind on who she wants to be political with or align her political values with. People are disassociating with her now because there's a huge disconnect with her on who literally helped build her career to who she's aligning with today and who she is now publicly validating. Nicki Minaj's rise was fueled by queer fans, Black women, and people who saw her as a symbol of self-expression, myself included as a in-the-closet gay child, literally. Our very same community are now watching her align herself with the movement who are trying to restrict who we are, literally, trying to stop who we are, trying to stop our voices, trying to literally restrict our rights as humans. There was also another moment where people found deeply disturbing. Nicki Minaj referred to J.D. Vance as the assassin J.D. Vance, all while sitting next to someone whose husband was literally pew-pewed by a sniper. Regardless of the intent, the moment landed very hard. In the silence that followed, even Nicki realized that probably shouldn't have been said. Calling it a slip-up doesn't erase the impact, so... Also, Nicki went on to praise Donald Trump, criticizing Gavin Newsom, even calling him Gavin Newscum. That's exactly what Trump calls him. So, and she even warned against politicians who don't protect faith. And here's why people are even more frustrated. The same leaders that are being praised are pushing policies that target LGBTQ people. Literally, they support restricting reproductive rights and frame entire communities as moral threats. So now when Nicki speaks about freedom, many of her fans think about something else, if she even has any fans left. Freedom for some, not for all. People aren't mad because Nicki has beliefs. She's allowed to grow. Everyone's allowed to grow. They're hurt because she built a legacy on being different. Now sits there comfortably aligning herself with people who target those same beliefs. You can change your mind, but you don't get to ignore the consequences on where your platform is about to land. Backlash isn't hate, it's disappointment. It's people that once admired her, asking her to weigh the influence of her actions. And rather Nicki listens or not, or even if she cares, the conversation's happening, and it's real. That's not cancel culture. That's accountability.
It made me wonder, like, the women who have a lot of gay or a lot of, like, queer fans, do y'all really support us for real? Because, like, when it's time to speak up, I don't never hear nobody speak up for us. People like Lady Gaga or like Katy Perry, I see them speak out and advocate for us. But we're going to react to one more video.
As someone who has experimented with all types of fashion, gender-bending ass fashion, of course, in my formative years, I was a barb. And my barb friends consisted of weird-ass little girls like myself, closeted little gay boys who weren't necessarily closeted to us, some of which in adulthood are now trans women. Nicki Minaj coming out against trans kids or however the fuck, saying that the kids are being poisoned. It's like, I don't think, as someone who like was in middle school listening to you with my then homeboys, some of who are now girls, like this is the exact population that loves your guts. The kids, and it's not the adults. They loved you as kids. You gave them an outlet as children, and actually it's the being a barb that made a lot of queer kids feel comfortable in their queerness. I'm telling you, because I was there. When you look at cult-like fan bases, typically they're so loyal and stay for the long haul. It's like the longevity of these fan bases. Because the person has given this outcast group an outlet to feel wanted, an outlet to feel accepted, an outlet to feel like there are people like themselves. Again, I know Nicki did that for queer kids because I was standing in line with the queer kids like, I am interested to see how this plays out in the long run. Like, not right now. I don't expect anything to happen right now. But I feel like as she leans openly more into conservative waters, which she was always very conservative, I feel like openly. Bitch, I'm Republican voting for Mitt Romney. You lazy bitches is fucking up the economy. Like, she literally said it. But I feel like if she goes more into leaning into like her... the Caribbean auntie she is, into her homophobia back. Like, in the long run, what is that gonna do to like the barbs and the fan base as a whole? I'm like, I would be interested to see like where we're at in 5 years, because we still have to live through, God, another 3 years of a Donald Trump presidency. Like, you know, you get what I'm saying.
I'm actually interested to see what will happen too. But yeah, to close everything out, Nicki Minaj, girl, I don't know what to say, but I'm very disappointed. I'm not liking the direction that you're going. I don't know. We don't know as fans what's really going on behind the scenes. We just going off of what she tweet. And she's been tweeting a lot of crazy stuff over the past couple years. So I wonder what is really going on in the industry for her to feel like she has to side with Donald Trump. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the situation. Are y'all on Nicki Minaj's side? Do y'all see where she's coming from? As somebody that's queer that watches me, like, how do y'all feel about it? Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow with day 23 of Vlogmas. Bye.